Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see this time we are going to check fresh release from Eduard. But this kit might be familiar to you because as you can see it is named as a Adlerangriff, but this time it is in 1/48 scale, not in 1/32 as the kit we reviewed yesterday, so it should be interesting because here we get actually two models in one box. It still copies BF109E version in 1, 3, 4 and 4B modifications, and here we also get various bonuses which are, I would say, typical for Eduard limited editions, and we will see everything in this video review. By the way, this video is recorded in 4K resolution, so if you would like to get everything crisp and clear, just change the YouTube settings and you will see every detail in a better quality. So first of all, this is a commercial sample. It means you will get exactly the same stuff as what you will see in this video review. So here you can see comparison with my hand. It's a typical size for this box. And by the way, I can show you the 1/32 scale kit. Here it is. As you can see, it is exactly the same box size. So yes, it is typical for Eduard releases in 1/32 and 1/48. Before we start this video review, I would like to remind you that we are collecting money for our PC and I really need your help, so if you would like to help us, just click the support DSV button on our website. It's done via PayPal, and on the previous video review I was saying that for every $30 donation and higher I will be sending the special gift, and now I'm thinking about introducing the special bonus for a donation of $100. I will be sending the list of 5 possible kits which you can get. You choose the one and we send it to you, so it might be also quite a nice bonus, and you will help us get the new PC faster so that we will be online and kicking, let's say. So the box size is typical. On the side here you can see that we have 13 marking options, and I'm not sure if they are exactly the same as what we have in 1/32 scale. Maybe some versions, I would say, they are similar, but I'm not sure if everything is completely the same, and we are not going to compare everything right now. Here we have also a list of the features for this kit. We can zoom in a bit and you can see that there are 2 kits included. There are also decals for 13 marking options. We have Eduard Resin wheels 2 sets, so both models will be covered with them. And we also have resin figure of Adolf Galland, just like in 1/32 scale release. Here we get it in 1/48 scale release, but we will see everything in this video review. So this is a top opening box. We can zoom out a bit, and now you can see that there are all plastic sprues. They're packed into separate plastic bags. I think there is no need to check every sprue because there are double kits and they should be relatively the same. So we will check only one set of sprues for building one model. And here we have first plastic bag. It's a resealable plastic bag, as you can notice. And inside we have double set of wing parts and fuselage parts. So just give me a sec. It's surprisingly hot September here, and outside now is something like 32 degrees Celsius. So I hope you have a better weather at your place. So here we have first gray plastic sprue, and as you can see this one is dedicated to wing parts. Wing design is typical for BF109 kits from Eduard. It means 2 top halves, 1 bottom, separate wheel wells, separate air intakes, separate wing mechanization, and also recessed panel lines and rivets. We can even zoom in so that you can see external detailing here. It looks really nice. And now let's zoom out a bit. And on the opposite side you can notice that wing edges, they will play a role of guiding element. We also have some small guiding elements inside the wing, so it should be relatively easy to combine everything together and it will look decent once you assemble it into one part, let's say, or one piece. Okay. We also have another version for the different type of the aircraft. Here you can see these bulges on the lower section of the wing. Other than that, there are pretty much similar, so as you can guess, you can copy only 2 different versions with help of this kit, because there is no double set of the same wing parts here. Next we go on with fuselage parts, so just give me a sec. Again, they are given in pairs, so I will show you only one sprue. Here it is. Let's zoom out a bit more. Now you can see that both halves are molded together with tail fin. They have recessed panel lines. Note that cowling is molded separately, just like it was on 1/32 scale kit. So you can decide not to glue it into the place in order to expose the engine, which will be hidden inside. And it might be a good eye stopper or eye catcher on your model, and 1/48 scale it still will be impressive in finished state, so I really recommend to consider this assembly choice. And here inside you can see that we have more details in comparison with what was in 1/32 scale release. Obviously it will be also accompanied with PE parts, so it should be even more detailed once you get everything together. Okay. Next we have clear parts. Again, the same set of sprues, so I will show you only one. Here we have canopy parts. Should be right here. Let's zoom in a bit. So overall design is typical for BF109 kits. Of course, we have 3-piece sub-assembly, so it should be possible to open the canopy on your model. And of course you will be able to expose what is hidden in the cockpit. Molding quality looks really good, and masks should be included because this is a limited edition from Eduard, so no worries. Everything should be easy to assemble and you won't have any issues with this, I hope. Next we have last pair of gray plastic sprues, so here it is. Let's open it. And what do we have here? So first of all we have this sprue with various external and internal elements. I would say the most noticeable here are these parts for wheel wells, and also we have 1-piece tail wings, various wing mechanization. And again, molding quality looks fine even on the thinnest parts. There is no flash, no any other possible molding damage. Here you can see these parts from the opposite side. And of course, the landing gear wheels, we won't need them because there is a Resin replacement supplied, so it will be much better in finished, painted and assembled state. Next, I'm trying to understand how to how to separate 2 sprues because they were weirdly connected together. And that's actually the last gray plastic sprue in this kit. As you can see, I'm a bit surprised because 1/48 scale kit obviously packs less parts in comparison with 1/32 scale release. And maybe it will be, I would say, compensated with help of PE parts, we will see. But here you can notice that we have engine parts, so unlike BF109G from Eduard in the same scale, here you get the engine out of the box, and it will be up to you if you would like to assemble it and then cover it with cowling, or you would like to leave an empty nose section. But as far as I remember, it was obligatory assembly. It just depends how detailed it will be, because if the nose will be closed, obviously you don't have to get every part into the spot. Next we have here we have slightly different bonus, so I'll show you and explain why. But first of all, let me show you the resin wheels upgrade. So I will show you only one set because obviously they're absolutely the same. So we have here tail, landing gear, leg, which is molded together with wheel. Next we go on with main wheel, which is molded as a single piece part. Here you can see it. And then we also have this special, I would say, rims for this wheel. As you can see, they're molded separately and then they will be inserted here. And of course, casting quality looks really great. It's a typical Resin product, so I don't have any issues or complaints about these parts. And now we can talk about something what surprised me in comparison with 1/32 scale release, because as you remember, 1/32 scale release featured standing pilot. Here we have this. So this is Adolf Galland figure, but as you can see here is depicted in seated position, so basically you can place him into the cockpit and it will be quite an interesting upgrade, let's say, for your model. And definitely it's different from standing position, so some modders will be happy, some modders will complain why we don't have standing position, but definitely I prefer this one in 1/48 scale because you can place it inside and display it in his aircraft, not beside his aircraft. Next we have several bonuses which are traditional for limited editions. So first of all, and frankly speaking it is a bit surprising, just give me a sec to investigate this, because I see only one PE thread. Maybe it is an error with my kit, or maybe, yeah, we have the double set of parts here actually, at least from what I can see. So we have two plastic bags with PE threads. Here, pre-painted PE thread, we have it in double set. But here we have only one PE thread, so I'm not sure if it should be like this. We will check it in assembly manual. But I will show you the pre-painted PE thread. So just give me a second. I'm trying to compare them to find if there are any differences, but from what I can see there are no differences at all. And these pre-painted parts, they feature glazing on the dials. You can actually notice it like this, so it should be a nice upgrade in 1/48 scale, even though some modders might say that it is barely noticeable. It is noticeable as long as you open the cockpit on your model, so think about it. And next we have this unpainted PE thread, which I am still surprised with. Nevertheless, here we have it. So it mixes both external and internal upgrades, so it will be used both in cockpit and also for some external parts such as air intake meshes, for example. And definitely it will add some visual interest to your model, especially in 1/48 scale, because it will be a fine details which can be replicated in plastic, obviously. Next we have another plastic bag with masks. So here we have all masks for two models, and it means we have masks for the canopy and for the wheels, and everything is pre-cut, you don't have to cut anything, so they're ready to be used out of the box, and that's really cool in my opinion. Next we have big plastic bag with decals. Here they are. So it's also a resealable plastic bag. Just give me a second to open it and we will check everything closer. From what I understood in recent info magazine from Eduard, they decided to press on this series dedicated to Battle of Britain, so I guess we will see more releases in the future, and that's really cool because they commemorate such important events in all popular scales, and we get a chance to assemble it, or maybe just to add to our collection. So here we have first Decals sheet that is dedicated to stencils, and it looks really nice. It is printed in Eduard. You can notice the year, it was in 2012. Next we continue with new Decals sheet. So this one is dedicated to main symbols, and the main feature which I like the most, I would say, is that we have segmentation on this list. So here you can see the special sections, so if you need a set of symbols for one particular marking option, you just cut it off and you'll be good to go, because it contains all necessary symbols. And as you can see, swastika is also included in both forms, so you will get it anyway. And there were also decals for the cockpit, but frankly speaking I'm not sure who is using them in kit which contains PE parts as well. So here we have assembly manual. This one is typical for Eduard. As you can see, it's a color printed brochure. Maybe I will close the lenses a bit more so that it will be dark image. And now you can see here we have short history note. It's kind of similar to what we saw in 1/32 scale release. We continue with parts, map, paints chart, and some safety advices here. Assembly process starts with cockpit, And here you'll have to choose which marking options you would like to copy, because it will depend also on the aircraft choice. Here you can see that we have two options with closed cowling or with open, so that engine will be exposed, and the choice of the parts will depend on your I would say version which you would like to assemble. As you can see, the main machine gun bay and engine are quite nicely detailed here, copied in 1/48 scale, so I would rather think of copying and assembling it on your aircraft. Next we continue with wing parts. Here you can see the small note which wing parts will be necessary for a given marking option, so pay attention to this. Next we continue by joining fuselage and wings together. Here we install landing gear, and note that landing gear will be detailed with help of PE parts as well. Here we have cowling part installation, so as I said, some modelers just don't glue it into the place and you can just lift it off to display the engine inside. Next we install canopy and propeller. Here we have figure installation, and I'm a bit surprised where is the painting guide for the figure. Here we have masks application guide, so as I said before, we have mask for wheels and also for the canopy. Here we have first marking option, second, third, fourth, fifth. By the way, if you would like to find these descriptions and histories behind this aircraft in Russian, for example, there is a Russian info magazine version as well, so you can read it easily and you can download it directly from Eduard website. Just to remind you, we have 13 marking options here, and on the last page we have stencils guide for this aircraft. Okay, so in total we have quite nice limited edition. It is dedicated to famous German fighter aircraft in 1/48 scale, and unlike 1/32 scale release, here we get two kits in one box. So some modelers will be happy for such package, and of course I will be happy to hear your opinion about this kit. Write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you soon. Bye.